But no, I was saying, bro, fucking, I used to sell these little things at a kiosk called, like, splat balls. I would sell the fuck out of them.
What was that?
And I know you didn't.
Give me your sales pitch.
You didn't believe.
I didn't believe in that shit.
Bro, how do you know? You don't even know you don't even know what it is.
Splat balls?
Bruh.
Did you thought splat balls were gonna change your whole world?
Bruh, I didn't believe in that shit word for motherfuckers.
Pause.
Oh, God.
What was a splat ball?
So it was,
Splat your
so,
ball.
bruh, oh, shit. So it was, so it was like these little plastic toys, right?
Uh-huh.
You have different things, like, excuse me, you have like some shit that's like a frog, a pig, a star, some shit. And you toss it, right? And when you toss it, it splats, like flat.
Yeah.
But then after like, maybe like 10 seconds, it'll form back into a ball. It's flat and it sticks.
Damn, see, you sound like you believe in that right now, though.
Because I knew what the fuck I was selling. And then I would tell them, I'd be like...
But black people just like magic.
That's
You watch David Blaine
be
bro,
tripping
his
me
street
out.
special, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, David Blaine is one of them ones.
Like,
Bro,
nigga.
that dude.
But yeah, you
like-
know what I used to do to fuck people up to get people to buy it? I would act like I'm doing magic.
Yeah,
Like
that's what
I
I'm
throw
saying.
it at the wall and then be like, I talk to people and be like, you know the electromagnetic field that you have naturally inside of your body?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Oh God,
Use
bro.
magic with your words and presentation.
I really would do that shit. And then I would be like, you're gonna fucking throw it and then reach your hand out and it's gonna form back. And I would do it and people would be like, oh my fucking God. And they're like, how much is this shit? And I'm
much
like,
was it?
$5.
Damn,
Like,
you can be
yeah,
magic for $5.
Hey, even little children have $5.
Bro, I used to get the fuck out of school.
Low
I
key,
ain't
that's a
gonna
little
lie to you.
expensive for a ball, though. If we're just talking like real.
Bro, that's a splat.
It's
ball.
a splat ball, though.
Did you not hear the whole pitch just now? I thought it was at least worth 13.55.
Bro, oh God, bro. And then get this, right? Parents would be like, I want to get a fucking splat ball for my kid, but what's the stuff that's inside of it? I don't, and boom, I'd be like, it's only salt water, it's not toxic, which is so true.
Boom. And then they're thinking they're
There.
ergonomic.
You do, so you do
they're
kind of believe in
economic.
it. Though.
I knew what the fuck I was selling.
No, bro, you have splat ball in your bag right now.
Listen,
Pocket check, motherfucker. You got at least one splat ball.
I'm telling you, back.
Hey,
nah, bro.
we're rolling now, bro.
And,
Okay, say
you
less.
broke the fucking wall when you did that.
That's good. I like
I
it.
know we're rolling.
Let's
I was
go.
just about to ask, are you guys ready to go?
Oh, I'm ready,
You guys
bro.
want to play this song? We can
Oh,
do it later
shit.
on.
Yeah,
We
let's
can
play
do-
a song.
We could do it later on.
Play the song.
Because I was going to use some of this maybe going into the
Gabe,
build.
don't forget to tell me any
you don't gotta
instructions,
do
bro.
nothing.
You don't gotta do nothing.
Yeah, don't be
I'm just
shy.
chill here.
Nigga, that's fire, bro.
Appreciate
You guys
it,
get
bro.
so fire. That's what y'all been hot about all this week.
That's what we've been doing, bro.
bro. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for the show?
Bro,
Yeah,
that's just
yeah,
the
yeah.
intro, bro. That's just the
Okay, here-
intro.
here we
That's
go.
the fucking intro, too. Bro,
Harmon Warhol Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, get my banner. I think that's perfect. Oh my God, I thought I was going to hit him.
Let's get
I'm
him,
sorry I
bro.
ruined the intro, but I just want to say, I hope I don't have to pay for that. But if I do, I got you, bro. I got a check coming, bro, all the way, bro. But anyway, welcome to the Harmon Warhol Show. My name is Harmon Warhol. I have another great episode for you. A fantabulous episode. Probably the best production. Probably the best guest. Sorry, everybody in the past, but this is just a different moment, a different time, and this is definitely the best way to start 2023.
Let's go.
And thank you for being
Happy
here.
New Year.
Let me introduce. I have someone you may or may not know. If you saw my last episode, it is Collture, bro. Right here, we're in his studio, his home. I don't know why I just made that up. But to my left, right here, not only do we have a chef, not only do we have a MMA enthusiast.
Let's go.
Is it Labrador? You had Labradoodles.
Golden Doodle.
Golden Doodles, nigga. On deck, nigga. The Flying Jew, bro, over here. Grilla Beatz, bro.
Hey.
And then we got my boy right here coming from the DMV/London. Hey, he knows when it's snowing. My boy, Mahaji, bro.
Mahaji, you gotta put a clap in there, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, what's good, bro? How y'all doing today, bro?
we're chilling, bro.
You guys are just a vibe, bro.
Amazing. Appreciate
You
it.
guys are a whole vibe and a whole thing. I've been, honestly, it was supposed to be. I met Collture here. He set this up for me, really, just to let everybody know. He set this up really for me. He thought this would be a great person I can interview. And as I delve into some of your music, some of your life, and just being around you right now, I just feel like I think we're all very excited. I also want to say,
100%.
especially to you guys too, thank you for your patience and everything. I know you guys are working on a project right now, and you guys are just chilling here. But just the process of things, is draining, and people don't look at it in that. But just putting in your effort and time into this, and I just want to say I appreciate you and thank you for being here.
Thank you, bro.
Man, we appreciate you pulling up on us, man. So thank you.
Absolutely, bro. Welcome to my home, man. I'm glad to have you in here. I intend on having you in here a lot, brother. I think that you're a great talent, and you have a really cool vibe and a cool podcast. And I think that it's time to keep making moves forward, bro. I'm excited for the future for you, bro.
to really capitalize your guys' opportunity of all being here. You guys are all from different realms of the universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really, speaking with Mahaji, so from the DMV, bro.
Yeah.
So you were born where?
All right, so I was born originally in Maryland, but my whole side of the family that I know, at least like the half side that I know, everyone's from New York. So I was just raised back and forth. Like when my peoples in Maryland didn't have, I would go in New York to where, things were a little more stable. But, yeah, so you could just say like DMV, New York, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. I was raised back and forth.
So you know New York pretty well then.
I'm okay. That's my that's my only thing. Whenever people do find out I'm from New York or do ask where I'm from, I'm still like very uneducated with all of New York because my family tried to keep me super like secluded because
Sheltered?
not sheltered, just like you can go this way, but you can't go that way in New York because all of my family were like, all of my family from New York were in like gangs, drug addicts, jail. So they were just like, we're not going to do that with you. We're going to be a little more careful. Just to give a little bit of background, like I'm the first male in my family to go to high school, to graduate high school.
Oh, shit.
And the first male in my family to go to high school and actually go to college.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you find music? Was that something always in you, or is that something you found out later? Is it new? Because from what I see, you've been putting out music before 2020, right?
Yeah.
But hasn't been too far behind then, right?
No. Yeah. So this is the thing, right? I've always gravitated towards music heavy because I'm like the one dude that's in the house that's always blasting music that eventually annoys the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
Like, bro, can we just get some peace and quiet? But for me, music is a peace and quiet. So I've always been around it, always been listening to it, and I always had like a passion for it and always wanted to do it. But I just feel as though it was one of those things where I always wanted to do it, but I was looking for people to back me. Like, I want you to believe in it the way I believe in it.
Yeah.
And I was around the wrong people, like the wrong friends.
That's why we all
and
get
shit
started,
like that.
though, isn't it? Is for like that. The real addiction in making music is that immediate reaction to that aha moment. Like when you make something that you know is special and the people around you agree with you, there's no better moment in music than that. I don't care how many people you're playing for, how many streams you have on Spotify.
Yeah.
That is the moment that grabs us all in, is that moment.
It makes you feel like, oh, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
And my thing is that I didn't have those friends. I didn't have those people around me who were like gonna fuck with what I had going on or fuck with like the idea, so I just wouldn't make it. And then my first time ever recording, right? This will be my first time actually talking about this other than it was said in a documentary. My first time ever going to a studio, like the dude engineering, like tried to fucking like sexually touch me in like crazy ass ways, bro. Like he fucking like,
How old were you?
probably like 20, bro. Like
So you're
19, 20.
So you've been
bro.
doing this for a minute, but you haven't
But that shit,
Yeah.
shit like that just threw me. Like it was just so many. It was people not believing me. Then my first time in the studio, like I almost killed him that day. Like, it was my first time in life where I almost had to kill somebody. And I didn't know, like, I always knew I would fight.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, because I'm not trying to offend you or make light of your situation. But all I'm saying is, like, too, is just like, was he forcibly? Was it he was just making advances, or was he like?
It was like that. It was like little
like, hey,
things.
Like, put your hand on his leg, or was he like grabbing you and like holding you down?
Okay, so I'll tell you exactly what happened.
I just want to be more descriptive of the situation, and I don't know if that's gonna trigger you. I don't know. You know what I mean?
No,
okay.
No, because I'm chilling, bro, and I think people should know, like, hey, look, if someone tries to take advantage of you, bro, like, you should speak out on it. I was a lot younger at the time, though, and in fact, I said like 20. I think I was more like 18, really 18.
Did you have long hair back then?
No, bro. So like, if someone tried to grab me, I could like,
because the long hair right now, bro, you mad cute, dog.
Hey, yo, but I appreciate it though, bro.
I'm not trying to make it advance, but that's why I let you know, bro. But you got the metal leaves in your hair, bro.
So what fucking happened, right? Was I'm fucking this part is a little foggy to me. I forgot how, like, I think we were in like a group, like everyone was just talking about music. I was at the mall. I remember that. I was at the mall and I was talking to someone from I had a college like right across the street from the mall, and we were in groups. We were all just talking about music and shit. And no one really wanted to do it. Everyone was just kind of interested. I was the only one interested. And as we were walking, we ran into this guy who was like, "Yo, you guys make music?" And I was like, "Nah, but I want to." And he was like, "Shit, man, I got a studio right across the street." And I had never been in a studio before. So I was like, "Shit."
It's a big deal,
I was like,
bro.
"Fuck, like, you have a studio?" And he's like, "Yeah, bro, and I make beats and da-da-da." And no one came with me because they weren't like super music. They just liked the idea. And I was like, "Fuck, this is going to be one of my moments. This is where I start." And so he was like, "Yeah, bro, I just live right across the street." So cool. I go across the street. He's an older gentleman, probably like his like 40s, like mid 30s. Yeah, like he was an older gentleman.
That's
right?
an older dude.
Yeah, bro. So, and that's another thing. One, he was older than me and he was black. So I was like, oh, an older guy. He's older, so he has to know something when it comes to music. That's what I'm assuming. And then he's an older black guy. So it's like me looking, I didn't have a dad growing up. So it's like I'm looking at an older black dude like, he got me. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it.
And just fucking a boost.
And
you know what I mean?
So we get to the crib, right? We get to the crib. He starts like playing like these beats and shit. And he was like, he had these like pair of pants, bro. And he was like, "Yo, I got these pants, but they don't fit me." He was like, "You can have them if you want." And I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm cool. Like, I just, you can play some beats and shit."
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "Okay." So like another 5 minutes later, he's like, "But like, no, you can have them. Like, just try them on and see if you like them."
Yeah, bro,
you feel me? And like, because I had never really been in a situation like that, it didn't all click.
And then also,
at first.
Bro, that could be just a total random moment. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Just to give them like, we already know the outcome that's already fucked up and foul, but just coming from your mind, you're like, well, maybe he really did have some pants he don't fucking want.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm just not there in that headspace. Okay. And I'm like, because I'm so excited about this thing, I think I was super vulnerable and young too. Like,
and ambitious.
And like super, bro. So I'm just like, bro, I want to play the fucking, like, play the shit. Yeah. So then this is when it clicked, right? So as the beat was playing, he was like, "I'm going to just see if they fit," So I was like, So he grabs like the pants and like holds them like to my waist and like I back up like, "Yo." And then it clicked. Like right after like I moved them, like I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm good." Cause he grabbed them, like held them on my waist, see if they would fit. And then it clicked. And I was like, oh fuck.
Like,
and then like, because in the studio, right, I already saw there was like a kitchen area. The kitchen area, okay. So to get out of the door, I would have had, basically it would have been quick. It's quicker for me to get to the kitchen than leave the fucking crib at this moment. And I remember seeing the kitchen. I was like, there has to be knives in the fucking kitchen. Yeah. So I ran like fast as shit. Mind you, he's an older gentleman. He's bigger than me.
No, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I just sprint fast as shit to the kitchen. And I just start opening every drawer. Boom, 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 boom. All the drawers open, bro. and you can hear like the knives and the spoons and all the metal clinging because I'm looking for the knives and shit, the big ones. And by the time he even like came around, bro, I had like 2 big ass knives in my hand, and I just that fucking mentality I was in was a kill or be killed. Like I was like, he's either gonna kill me today or I'm gonna kill him. And I had never been in a situation like that, and it triggered a certain side of me that, you know, obviously as people you feel like, well, if it's you or me, it's not gonna be me.
No, definitely.
But
that's a human instinct.
That's a normal mentality. But to be in the situation now, you're living in that moment. And I was like, yo, so I'm, you know, that switch went off, and I have both knives in my hand. And he comes around, and I'm like, if you come any closer, I'm gonna kill you. Like, today will be the day you die. I promise you, I will kill you. And he fucking, like, just looked at me, and I said, I'm gonna walk out of this fucking door. You're not gonna touch me, and you're not gonna follow me.
Yeah, bro.
And I said, and if you see me again, you're not gonna say shit to me. If you ever speak about me, I will come back here, and I will fucking kill you, bro. I promise you, I will kill you. And I meant it.
That's how you started your music career?
Yeah.
I was just about I was about to open the floor.
That's the first
so you got out of there, right? And
Yeah. So like he moved out of the way. I walked out of the door, and I just remember dropping the knives in like this little gutter thing, and I just was shaking. I was just fucking shaking. And I thought like it fucked me up, bro, because I was like, how fucking stupid were you? At the time, that's how I felt. I was like,
you put it on yourself. You blame yourself on that. Like, why did I even put myself in that situation?
Yeah, I was like, bro, anything could have fucking happened to me. Nobody knew where I was going because I just went. No one knows who the fuck he is. I've never talked about him because that was the same day I went there to do the music was the same day I met him. And I was like, that very well could have been some shit.
That changed your whole trajectory of life.
And
I mean, it did in a way.
Yeah,
it did.
And it stopped me from like, I was like, because you know you hear all the weird shit about artists in the industry doing like weird shit to people, and I was like, that was my first experience. I'm like, fuck, this shit is real. I was like, they do this type of shit to people.
I ain't trying to get ass ready just to make a hit.
Yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? And it just fucked me up so much. And for years,
Aaron doesn't believe that. Aaron thinks that I probably would get ass ready for free, and if a hit comes along, why not?
Fucking after that shit, bro, I was just like, you know, like it made me just go like, no one believes in me. If I have to deal with this shit every time I go to the studio, and it's like, you know what, fuck it. Like, so I just stopped, and I think after a while, like just that feeling of like, bruh, like I can't not make music. There has to be some type of light.
Okay. I want to open this up to everybody else, but before we do that, I want to know like what was the next move into? Did you take time off?
Yeah, bro.
You took a lot of time
I didn't even take time off because I didn't have time on. I didn't even.
So we'll go back to you.
Yeah.
But I want to know. So Grilla.
Yeah.
Grilla.
What's up?
Grilla.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to start getting gravitated towards music?
I was 3 when I got my first drum set, bro.
Yeah, I saw you play drums.
Bro, this kid is killer on the drums.
So you just started playing ever since then?
Insane.
Well, because my uncle is a drummer too, and so like my dad at the time realized, like he saw it, you know, and so they got me a drum set as soon as
Are you doing a lot of the drums for this project?
Hell yeah,
he's all of the drums, brother.
The fucking drums.
I can't play drums for shit.
Hey! I knew the answer. It's for them, bro.
Yeah, he's full of beats, bro.
Yeah.
So I did that. I was in, did the whole marching band, drumline thing, jazz bands, like everything, bro. And then I started making beats after I moved to Denver, and there's a homie of mine had Ableton.
How old were you when you were in Denver?
I moved there when I was 20.
20. So that's why I was
the last 7 years.
I want to bring those. See, he was 20, bro. When he was, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. You were doing music, but doing beats, getting into like, you know what I mean? Just getting it was around the 20, like saying like, hey, you know what? I might want to do this for, you know what I mean? Cause
bro. It was check it. It was at a Dave East show in Denver where I realized that I was gonna be a producer and that was like possible. Yeah, it was crazy.
Because when you're young, you think you're gonna do everything. Like, you probably like, I'm going to do music, I'm going to do drums, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that.
I managed dispensaries in Colorado for a little bit, and like I wanted to be in the cannabis space. Like I always did that shit. But then, as soon as I could do music, that's what I really want to do.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. You been playing fucking guitar just out the womb, or what do you do?
And before I answer, I'm gonna make sure we save all this audio because this is the first time I've ever run audio on a podcast. I don't want to fuck everybody.
No, you're good.
There we go.
Yeah, man. I've been playing music my whole life. I mean, playing app music my entire life. I grew up with a really artistic woman. We talked about that on the first podcast we did. So I always had a piano in the house. And then when I got to be about 5, I got a guitar.
But when you took it serious, though, or when you thought it was an idea that can actually be captured, or
as soon as I left high school, I started taking it serious.
It's around that age, right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like even for me, like just rapping, like I never thought I could ever do it, and then like that's why I'm so triggered a little bit, Mahaji, by your story, bro. Yeah. I got lucky because it was someone who was very composed and like trained by piano, and then he got into the digital space of actually recording and everything. And so it was like a family friend. So I didn't have that type of experience, but I had a similar one because he's just like, hey man, like he's older than me, 4 years older than me, someone who I work up and still look up to this day. He makes great beats and everything, but I just trip out because like, man, it's so quick it could have turned left. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then just to go back into you, like, so how long did it take you to get back into doing it?
Bro, I remember that day, like, just feeling, like, defeated, like, and I was like, all right, I guess I have to go to fucking college. And I hated school.
I'm so sorry for laughing.
Nah,
this nigga's like,
crazy.
Nigga was just like, nigga, I almost got raped, bro.
Yeah,
fuck this
school, bro.
I was
like,
fuck it, bro. Where's like, fucking University of Phoenix, bro?
Oh God, bro. I'm like, yo, they're fucking out here on some weird shit, bro. So, I go to
everybody R. Kelly, bro.
I go to fucking school and I'm just like super unhappy, bro, for a while. Like I'm like, so first I'm in college and I'm getting like horrible grades, just not enjoying college. So I was like, maybe I don't fuck with college because my grades are shit. So I was like, all right, so I'll try because I'm not stupid. I just am bored out of my mind. I don't enjoy it. So I start actually putting, my best foot forward. I'm not missing any more classes. I'm studying. I'm ahead of all the assignments. So I start getting like A's and B's and shit. And I remember, I remember getting A's and B's.
Wait, did you go to college? Yeah, I thought you went to college. You didn't go to college.
No, I dropped out of high school.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
So fucking.
I went to college. Oh my God, keep going.
Fucking nerds.
I graduated.
So, yeah. He had to throw that shit in there, bro. He's like, I graduated,
Keep going.
But tell your story. So you're struggling. Go ahead.
So fucking.
It was a tough time.
So fucking. I'm in college, bro, and I remember like doing well now. So I started getting A's and B's, and I didn't feel any different from when I was failing. And I was like, that doesn't feel good. Like I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel satisfied. So I was like, I can't keep living like this, bro. I was like, so after some years, bro, I remember like, okay, I made up in my mind that music is all I wanted to do. So if, let's say I was in a fucked up situation again, I'm willing to die for it. I'm like,
and let me just say too, out of a lot of people that I have met, you are a person that was meant to make music. Dude, it falls out of this guy. I've worked with so many writers. I'm a writer. I have a process where I have to sit down and really focus in on what I'm doing and try to make a song. But Mahaji just is a song.
damn, bro.
This motherfucker, it just pours out of him. He gets on the microphone and it just comes out.
Does Mahaji stand for the song?
Mahaji stands for new life. So my cousin, who was actually in a gang in New York, he died right before like I was born. And we looked so similar. Mahaji comes from new life. So, not living for anybody, but allowing them to live through me. Because, new life has taken on so many other lives other than him. I was born into like somebody passing away. But in 2012, my best friend shot himself in the heart and committed suicide. Then my godfather passed away 2012. My aunt passed away 2012, and then my grandmother finally in 2012. So And that was like everyone I cared about except my one other aunt. That's it. So, yeah.
Can I ask a question? Do you have kids? Do you have children? So what's the children on your
profile?
Yeah, your profile.
So that picture.
Man, I thought that was a good guess. It was like, oh, those are his.
Someone literally asked me that shit earlier today. Nah, so the profile picture of the two kids, I just genuinely think is such a beautiful black picture. It's so black, so beautiful. It's children, and you can, like, the one kid with the hair is probably like 4 or 5 years old, and then he's holding like a baby who's probably like a year old or a couple months, if that. And the picture to me is so powerful because it's like that kid realizes he's holding a baby at that age.
The youth is teaching the youth.
Exactly. And that's the dope thing about it. And it was black. It was very powerful to me. So I just eventually was like, yo, I got to make this shit my profile picture, bro.
You know what screams to me about imagery like that, too? Like a young child taking care of another young child is like a metaphor for our lives in general. Even when we're trying to lead others, we still don't know shit. You know what I'm saying?
We're all a bunch of babies.
We're all a bunch of babies.
But just these babies got older.
And
time is an illusion.
And until
bro.
we
It's
look
crazy.
into the mirror, like when we think of ourselves, I don't know about y'all, but I think of me as like little me. You know what I mean? Like that's the version of me that's in my head. Is like little
Always.
me, you know?
Okay, 2 minutes. Yeah, so, damn, bro, you fucked me up with this 2 minute. Y'all should don't tap me on the shoulder next time, bro. When y'all do that, you fucked my shit up, bro. Let's go, bro. 2 minutes. What can I do for 2 minutes? You should just cut it right now, then we should go back
What's
into
2
it.
Yeah, we'll
minutes?
take a break.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, we're taking a break?
Well, because he's going to cut the cameras off and cut them back on.
Make sure we don't lose shit.
Oh, hey, we'll see you in 2 minutes.
Just going back into your music. So, when did you first put out where you released music?
So, crazy thing about me is that I actually didn't release music for a whole year. So I took 1 whole year to just record, and then that year I made about over 100 songs.
Which is big though, because a lot of people, even like someone like me, a lot of people that I know, like made less than 5 songs and put one out. You know what I mean? So how were you so cognizant and thoughtful of that? Were you just being like extra hard on yourself, or you just were shy, or what was it?
I think I'm an extremist with some things. Like if someone's like, for instance, like someone will be like, yeah, bro, before you go there, you should save up $500. I'm the type to like save up like 5,000. And that's just how I feel. So for music, I felt like, yeah, whenever I would hear people say, yeah, you know, I got some music stacked up. And I'm like, oh, bro, how many songs? They're like, you know, like 8. In my mind, I was like, 8? Like, that's stacked up? That just sounds like you have a couple songs that aren't released. But to each his own. For me, I was like, I don't feel like that's enough to get me through rough times, because I think there'll be a time where maybe I can't pay for studio, or a time where maybe I can't record, or maybe there will be a time where I'm homeless, and that time did actually come. Or I just was preparing in advance to be able to release consistently without having to record consistently.
So you're like a music hoarder.
Yeah, bro.
But you're able to create a lot at a short amount of time, is what it seems like.
Yeah,
because you have to make value of your studio time.
Yeah, my biggest song was made in like a batch of like 10 songs that day. So like that was just one of 10. But that was like my 100th.
Is it just because you have to find a rhythm or a groove and get comfortable, or because like some people, like even I don't know if you relate to this, Grilla, is like when you make beats, usually like, I mean, from like what I saw is like a J. Cole documentary. Usually he even says like, yo, whenever I write a verse, whatever I write, usually is the verse that goes down into the song on the album. But usually when I make beats, I usually have to make like 4 or 5 before like one makes the album. You know what I mean? Is that something like you, or you?
Yeah, I would definitely say that there's like one out of every so often is like extremely special, and then I can make a hard beat. Like right now, it's not really that crazy to make a hard beat, but like it's like when you make something special, like a movie, cinematic, that comes out every once in a while, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So is that like with you, or how you do it when you're writing, or is it different?
See, the thing with me is like when I'm making music, my process is so different. Like, you know, from what I've seen other people do, at least. Sometimes I write, sometimes I don't write. Sometimes like I'll write like 4 lines and then just go off of that. Or like sometimes like I do write a whole thing, but I always leave room for creativity. I think I just kind of go. Like, it's weird. I don't know, bro. Like, I just go.
It's usually like that depending on the beat and depending on how you are that day. Is that it for most people?
Well, here's the thing, too. I think that there's a different workflow in making music to writing, and I do both. And I feel like when I'm making a beat or I'm making music, I have to be much more methodical and planned out, right? So it's a different process. So like you said, sometimes it might take 5 or 6 tries to get to that special one, because most of the time your brain is in like technical mode, right? Like you're applying your knowledge to something. As to when you're writing or you're singing, it's more of just this thing that can just ooze out of you with expression. So, you know, a lot of times it's like the powerful aspect of it is going to fall out a little bit more easy than if you're doing technical application in computer, because it's still, when you're making a beat, there's still a lot of motion being poured into it. It's just a longer process to get what you're thinking out. But when you're singing, it can just fall out of you naturally.
Yeah, dude, there's a slight difference between, because I was going to say, I feel that way when I play the drums, right? You probably feel that way when you play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like there's a little bit of a difference in separation when you're making a beat, because there's that, it's not as, it doesn't just flow through you as much. Yeah, exactly.
Because you have to think about so much, like what instrument to pull up, then how to EQ it, and then you're doing technical work while creating.
Exactly.
As to when you're singing, you're just pouring out your soul.
So that flow is different.
It's a different flow, and that's the thing is, like, for a really talented vocalist like Mahaji, he can pop out 10 amazing songs in a day, because he can pick through all these beats and decide which ones affect him emotionally, and then just let his emotion out on it, and it's a fucking hit. And I've seen him do it.
And I would say because you're able to put so much work in, that's why you're able to pull out so many songs, right? As you got better.
He's actually really fast.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like, as that process grew and as the years go, I'm sure out of those 10 songs you're able to do in a day, you're able to pull out more songs out of that day that you're willing to put out, right?
All of them are going out. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
every time,
yeah, for the most part, bro. Like, it's very rare where there's a song that
from the years of 2020 to 2022 right now. This time, you have a lot of music out, bro. I mean, you look at some of these projects. There's 8-9 songs on like every fucking project and everything like that. You add that shit up quick. For some people, they don't put that much out for within a year or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With one project, is 9-10 songs. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, for me, even like, I say, like, you know, you could say you're sparring. My first 3 songs out of the 10 is probably me just sparring, like me, like, you know, hitting the punching bag. And then by the time on the 4th song, I'm getting in the ring. I'm not attached to, like, this has to be a hit. This has to be da-da-da. It's like, when I'm creating it, like, sometimes people will be like, yo, you should go back and do this. Once I decide in my mind that the song is done, it's done.
And
I don't hold on to it.
And the thing is, that is so huge, bro. That is one of the hugest things ever, to be able to move on from a song and be comfortable with. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think I even told you in the last, when we were talking, it was just like, hey, bro, like, sometimes you got to know, like, hey, the next song's going to be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could spend so much time on a song, so much money, you know what I mean, on a song that's just never going to get, it could get better, but how much better?
Yeah.
I could probably do something way better on the next one.
My thing is
something
like
more
that
creative.
time that I could spend trying to make this quote unquote perfect, I could have had like 6 other songs done. So
that's
and I think that the difference lies in artistic personality, because I think there are some people like you're really gifted at following that moment, right? But there are some people, like I know Grilla and me are the same, where we're really analytical. So I hear the song in my head before I go to record it. And if the recording doesn't match what I heard in my head, it hurts. Like, it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's that pursuit of
you guys
trying
really
to
work like that?
Yeah, like
100%. I hear it immediately, bro.
I hear it already.
Instantaneously.
So like pretty
to
much
match what I hear in my head.
So pretty much you're fucking around, ha ha ha, guys, and then you start working on something.
Bro, as soon as I hear a melody, I hear the drums on it.
And then that's what I'm saying. So then you're just trying to match what's in your head.
In your head,
and
yeah.
So whatever you're not matching in your head, you're having.
It's frustrating.
It's painful, actually.
And then, so when you're writing, that I'm just trying to say, because with me, I'm not into the producing part of the beat making thing. I've done it very few times, you know what I mean? Especially compared to you guys, I would say, that's why I say very few times. But what I'm saying is, it's like, with that, like, I'm strictly, whatever the beat is, boom,
there you go, right there.
Jump in.
That's hip hop, though. That's hip hop shit,
is
yeah.
that, like, how you feeling? Because I don't hear it. I usually have to. Usually, I can create a rap off no beat, right? But it takes a little bit off me, and I have to kind of commit to something. Whatever feeling I'm getting from that beat, then that's just what we're going with, because that's what I'm feeling with. So it's kind of like a.
I think for me it's like, so don't get me wrong, like I've written some songs, and then when I go to the studio, because I had this way that I had it playing in my head, when I go to the studio and it doesn't come out that way, there is this a weird feeling of defeat, especially if it's been something that's been, because I don't record myself, so I have to go to the studio. So let's say like I write the song, but I don't get to the studio till 3 days later. I have 3 days worth of anticipation for this shit to sound this way. So by the time I get there and it doesn't sound that way, I'm like, fuck. But then I also try to leave room for, like, maybe it was the way I was feeling that day. Maybe it was the fucking engineer. Maybe there's something for why it didn't come out this way. But also I learned to let it go. And sometimes I just appreciate it for being like a sparring match. Like, all right, cool. Like, it was just a sparring match. Like, you know, it was a warm-up.
I was going to say, it also takes time, bro. Like, I know at the beginning of making beats, man, like, you have all this stuff in your head, and sometimes you can't get that to come out because technically you don't know how to work the program that well, or you don't have the right sounds or anything like that. And so producers, you know, if you're just starting and it's not exactly what you have in your mind, like, keep going, keep making beats, you'll get there. It just takes thousands and thousands of repetitions and hundreds of hours. And same thing, I'm guessing, for rapping, where, like, you're still developing how you make tracks and how you think about it and how you go about your process. And
yeah, like,
and
whenever like I'm rapping or singing or whatever, because sometimes, like, I don't even know what you would call it. It's like a mix in between both.
I was gonna say that just in the track that we just heard right now, it's like a mix in between. And like, so just to give you a thing of me going down your music, okay, obviously Snowing.
Yeah.
Dope ass song, you know what I mean?
Appreciate
and then, like, that's more of like a drill type trap beat type thing, you know what I mean? But Walking Reckless.
Ooh,
He loves
flex
that
on my ass, bitch. Buy a necklace.
so like, I was gonna.
What I say, bro?
But then that's the other one on
one,
Gray. There's
bro.
another one on Gray, bro. There's another one on Gray that has a
Just
vibe
flex
like
on my
that.
ex, bitch.
How did it-
Buy a
I'll
necklace.
look on my phone real
bro.
quick.
Yeah,
bro.
That's
man.
my hey.
Gray, bro.
Everybody, pause this podcast and go listen to
You really
Walking
should, bro,
Reckless
because Walking
by
Reckless.
Mahaji.
Walk Reckless.
Walk
Yeah,
Reckless.
Walk
Reckless.
Reckless. I thought it was
It's
Walking
incredible.
Reckless. Yeah,
That shit, and it's crazy. That
love
shit,
that one.
I literally wrote that shit in 20 minutes on the way to the studio.
I bet you fucking did.
So that's
because you're good, bro.
But not only that, yes, you're good, bro. But honestly, from not even just me, but you just I hear so many podcasts, bro. I do podcasts. I listen to so many artists, comedians, everybody, bro. That's why it's such beneficial thing to be able to move on from a song, because that one song where you're like, oh, that's mid as fuck, and you just move on and put
Other
it
people
up.
love that.
It's the best song in the fucking world, bro. And it kind of, I mean, it might even irritate you a little bit, because you're like, bro, I spent.
That's the one, really.
But that's the one. You're like, nigga, what? Tell me, nigga. Go.
bro, all the time, you can't. The amount of times, bro, where I send people beats, bro, and the artist is like, yo, I fuck with this one. Bro, I'm sitting there on my head. I'm just
And he's
like,
probably
bro,
like, I wasn't even gonna put that in the pack.
not even close, bro. And it's always that one. Ask any producer, bro. It's always that.
It's
one,
always
bro.
that, and that's what I'm trying to say though, because it's like you got to remember, like, music's fun.
Yeah.
So that moment you didn't give a fuck about it,
Right.
that's what they felt in it,
Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why it was successful. And Hiccup was the song I was bringing.
Oh, Hiccup. Damn.
That was
bro.
also the one on
Yeah,
Gray.
that's my shit.
Out of all your projects,
bro.
I listened to Gray the most.
Yeah.
So, like, I listened to like a lot of them, like, one time through, but Gray was the vibe I was feeling, and I like that.
Gray has so many,
Bro,
like,
watch out. You're tucking your shirt in, bro.
Gray has so many, like, rock elements to it, and that's why I love, like, that whole album.
But you went a little bit more singing vibey on that.
Yeah, like a lot of rock elements. Like, to me,
Yeah.
like, I heard, like, rock and hip hop for that shit. Like, you know,
It's hip hop with guitars.
literally, you know. But, like, if you listen to so Gray has, like, that melodic guitar shit, like he's saying. Hiccup is very guitar, but then you have, like, some shit like Don't Owe You, which is like heavy guitar, heavy drums. Then you have Toxic Drip, which is like, that shit's like a rock song, like full on. Like, I went as rock as I could, would still be trying my best to still keep it hip hop. And then everything else is like what you said, like a little vibe, like my Ben's intro that's not actually intro, it's just like a play on words, which is dope and shit like that. So yeah, like, moving from a Walk Reckless to that, I think the style stylistically, like the way that I do music and the genres and things that I hit, it's easy for me to do that because I'm not attached to anything specifically. Like, I'm not like, this has to be pop. Like, just because it sounds a certain way doesn't mean I can't change it midway, or just because the beat's this way doesn't mean I have to sing or rap on it this way. I can do what I want, you know? And like hitting different tones is really important to me too. Like vocal projection.
I really I like that. I mean, I'm not because I'm not trying to critique the music in that way. But what I gravitated towards was that song, and then with those 3 songs, and then the thing is, what I enjoyed listening to the first song you guys play right now. I'm like, that's what I'm getting.
You like that shit?
Hey, listen.
That's what I was wanting.
Thank you.
So we didn't really explain, but I mean, this is why we're all here, right? Because Grilla came up from L.A. Mahaji flew over from London. We actually met at the Future of Artists Summit in
Shout out Kasky and Anonymous.
Shout out
Kasky.
Let's go ahead and switch it over and go into that and bring it over more because, I mean, we'll go back to Mahaji specifically, but let's go into the group, you know what I mean, of what you guys are doing right here.
It's crazy how we met.
And that's what I'm saying. So go into, let's go. So you guys all met Kasky in a certain way? Or
we all know Kasky separately. He's the one that brought us together,
Okay, so let's go into how did you meet Kasky? How you guys want to go right to left? How you want to go?
I'll start. I met Kasky because I bought a painting from him. Yeah, I like it. I love his art, all the different forms of art he puts out. He started selling paintings, and I was like, man, I want one of those. I really, I was a fan of his music, and I saw his art, and I loved his art. So I went down to L.A. to meet up with him and buy a painting from him, and we just clicked. We had a good connection. And we just clicked. That's how I met Kasky.
And you just bought like the painting, and then like he was just like talk to you.
Well, because here's the thing: is like I wanted a piece, and it's kind of funny because I wanted a piece that was good for this space, right? When I built this, but that's the thing: the piece I ended up buying from him is 10 feet by 7 feet, so it doesn't even fit on any wall that I have in this house.
You don't have a 10-foot wall here?
Nuh-uh. If you look around,
which is surprising.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not 10 feet.
No, 10 feet wide and 7 feet tall.
Oh,
it's a huge ass painting. And
because that's the painting that's not 10 feet.
That was already there. And actually,
he said he's already
that spot was taken.
I like Brian Doe with
no, but look, it doesn't fit. I actually tried it there. It doesn't fit in between the sconces.
In the lights.
It's bigger than the lights.
In between the what?
Sconces. That's lighting, bro.
But you guys don't even know what we're in right now.
But that's the thing is like,
he's got a Victorian bathroom, bro.
Crazy, bro.
So I showed him the space.
He's got a duck for a faucet.
It's a swan.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad, man.
Yeah, so don't disrespect my swan.
It's your bird's raised.
Come on, bro. That's a gold. That's a gold.
Your fucking bird.
But so that's the thing, right? So I showed him the space, and I said, I want a painting that fits with the space. And he was like, dude, you got to make something dope. You know what I mean? He was like, you don't have a studio like that and not make good music. Man, that's just kind of, that's how I met Kasky.
Yeah, so for me, right, Kasky was just someone I listened to for like 8+ years. Like, I listened to this motherfucker for forever.
Go back into, like, bro, as an artist, Kasky is phenomenal, bro. And, like, he's been doing it for so long, bro, especially on the, like, when, like, social media was, like, like back in like 2012 area and shit. Like, I mean, when I seen him there, I'm like, oh man, I don't think this. I'm not saying I didn't think it was gonna work, but I didn't think it was gonna get the gravitativity that he has now. You know what I mean? I always thought there was a niche, but he's not a niche.
No, he's a full blown star, bro.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you see someone like that do that, it opens the door so much to to so many people, bro, because they're like, oh my god, like, I just need to do that, and that's a dream. That's more than my dream.
But see, Kasky has from both angles, because not only is his music dope, but he is a genuinely good-ass person.
Yeah.
So, like, you put those two things together, and you're going to win. And if you're, consistent, fuck, you're going to win, bro. He's proof.
Go into how you met Kasky?
Yeah, so, I was listening to his music for about, like, 8+ years, right? And I remember one day I was actually having like a pretty shitty day. And I was like, I haven't messaged Kasky in a while, because I would hit him up on my old Instagram and he just would never respond back. But I had made a new IG like years later, and I was like, I'll just try. I was like, let me just try. And I messaged him and he hit me right back, like literally like less than 2 minutes later.
He never told you why he hit you back so fast?
Oh, so no, he had posted hey, if anybody wants to feature, DM me.
Okay.
And I was just like, shit, I probably can't afford it, but I'll DM him. And I said, he probably won't hit me back, but fuck it.
Yeah.
So I messaged him, and like he hits me back, and I'm like, oh fuck, he hit me back.
Opportunity.
And then I'm like, yo, how much is a feature? And then he told me, and I was like, yeah, I can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
But then I started kind of going into like, you know, I was like, yo, this is my moment. I got one message to send him, and he fucking sees this shit, hopefully. What would I want him to see? So I just messaged him as much as I could, telling him about what he's done for me and me being an artist and shit. So about like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, he actually ends up going on Instagram Live with me and playing my music live, and like loved it. Absolutely loved it. And then we ended up going on IG Live a second time, and he did the exact same thing. Loved it. Posted on his IG, on his story, was like, yo, Mahaji's got my fucking cosign. Add to me, follows me. And then from there, we would just talk pretty often, like every now and again. We just keep up conversation. And then we would be on the phone every now and again. And from there, we just connected. And I ended up going to the Future Artist Summit that, again, shout out Kasky and Anonymous for putting that together. I ended up going there. And that's why I met both of them for the first time. Anonymous is also my favorite producer ever. He's my number one favorite producer in the world. So, like, I met both of them. And from there, we just connected. Ended up going to Kasky's house. We have a hit on the way, by the way.
It's fucking
January
wild,
13th.
bro.
Supposed to be, but we're going to have to push the date back a little longer.
You can't tell me to stop. I just keep going. Yeah. Just like horses.
You good at it? Yeah, I'm trying to get the...
At least you keep running. Run on the numbers.
Yeah. Things like that, why he'll be such a good dad, bro. His level of patience.
Who?
Gabe's. His fucking level of patience.
And he's just so understanding.
Yeah, bro.
That shit. You heard that? That's why. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Life is good. Hey, I have no complaints.
Well, is it okay? And it's nothing against your personality. It's just my philosophy into it. You're also started at a time where you're comfortable. You know what I mean? In order to bring a life into this world. You know what I'm saying?
Well, kinda. I mean, yeah, you hear that.
But I'm not saying just financially.
No,
I'm
I know what
talking
you mean.
about mentally. Yeah.
I think so. I think I have the same worries as everybody else when it comes to being a father. You know, like wanting to make sure that I impart the right things onto my kid, or, you know, you do think within yourself like, oh, I don't want to have a kid till I'm ready. And then you understand that nobody's ready, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, my thing is that those special moments in life are supposed to happen regardless of when they hit you. So whether I'm ready for it or not, in any way, financially, spiritually, whatever, I embrace the moment. I'm ready for any moment.
No,
You're gonna be a great dad, bro.
I think
You feel me?
You don't have. So you don't have kids. You don't have kids, right?
Nah.
Nope.
Hey, can I ask? Why don't you have kids? It's a choice.
I got mad shit to do still right now that I feel like
But,
I
like,
can't be around. Like, I just flew in from
Is
London.
it?
I can't do that
Is
with
it
a
more
kid.
of having the kid, or even being in the relationship? You guys in
you
relationships?
can with the right partner.
Are you guys in relationships?
Yeah, you know, so
No.
You're not in a relationship right now.
I be chilling, bro.
Thanks for
Non-specific.
answering. Yeah. He's like, I didn't want to.
Don't get him in trouble, dog.
I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I be chilling, bro. But
Bro, I saw Mahaji the other day.
To make you feel comfortable, bro, I'm a whore.
Bro, I saw Mahaji the other day with this girl. She had the most beautiful blue eyes, bro. One blue this way and one blue that way.
he's lying. That's a
Where
lie.
did that come from, bro?
Blue eyes.
You can hear that on the island.
Hey, that's from my homie Jim out in Hawaii. Shout out
that's
Jim,
an
bro.
island joke, bro. That's
Bro,
an island
you guys
joke.
can use that shit. She had beautiful blue eyes. One blue this way, one blue that way.
Yeah,
They were brown though.
I can hear BJ Penn saying that joke, man.
Yo, but
BJ Penn.
you
Of
know,
course I know.
I know you know BJ Penn because this nigga right here, bro.
of course we know
Grilla
BJ
Beatz,
Penn.
bro. Grilla Beatz, bro, will
BJ
fuck you up, bro.
BJ Penn is the OG.
And if he don't, I'll be right there after you, bro.
Talk your shit.
Throwing hands,
Throwing
bro.
kazoos at you.
Yeah, bro.
But,
on target, my nigga.
I feel like I don't have kids though because I just feel like
Yo.
like I'm not there yet. Like I'm not. I want kids.
Just like
though.
he said, are you ever really there?
I feel like, but you know when you shouldn't. It doesn't mean that you know when you're ready, but you know when you shouldn't. It's like if I'm one, like two things, right? Like if I've known a girl for like 24 hours, I don't think it's a good idea to have a kid with her. Like, if I feel as though, like, I still struggle with high levels of anxiety, or if I still am going through depression, if I'm still it's probably because your kid is coming up in the environment that the atmosphere that you create. And if you're not in a good place,
let me tell you.
But what happens if that pussy fire though?
Nah. Hey, but listen, and this is the experience that I've had. First of all, the thing about having children, the only thing that matters is who you have the child with. That's all that matters. And when it comes
that's the only thing that gets me scared.
When it comes to anxiety or depression,
yeah,
me having a child fixed all that for me, because it makes your world so much smaller. Anxiety comes from the fear of what's about to happen, or worrying about too many things at one time. When you have a child, it all consolidates.
And I guess that's me cheating, because seeing from other people, seeing my parents, I think it's almost a cheat code for me. That's why I'm not worried about me. I'm just worried about getting with the right person to have that child with. That's all I'm worried about. That's the only thing that's stopping me from ever really committing into actually having a child right now.
See, it's that, but it's also the fact that, like, I just, like, where I'm at in my career, especially now, like, I've waited my whole life to be able to do some of these things I'm doing now. And it's like, it would be... It would
selfish.
It would like
selfish.
I'm not in a place
to the kid because he's not going to be able to have time for the.
Yeah,
we're
it's
doing
like
that. We just don't have. It's not in the
it's like
plans
it's
right
no
now.
way for me in my situation personally. Like, yet exactly, because like I want kids, bro, and I want a lot of them.
I also have an interesting perspective, because I grew up on the back of my father. Like, anywhere he went from the time I was a year old, I was on his back. And as you guys have seen, my daughter's in the next room, and when we were recording, what was I doing? I was feeding my baby right here. Yeah. So it doesn't have to hold you back. It's just situational.
And that's what I was going to bring up. Like, you guys know Toby Nwigwe?
I've heard that name, which is wild.
Toby Nwigwe, right? So he's a rapper from Houston, I believe.
He's the one with that really cool ass voice,
yeah, monumental. Yeah. So like the thing is, even in his songs, he tells you like, hey, if you want me to perform and I can't bring my kids, I ain't performing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, he created, but not only, but the thing is with him, he created his whole identity within rap as, hey, I'm with my children, I'm with my family. You know,
the baby does that a lot too right now. Like anyway, yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
they're on all of his videos, and like they're part of his brand and shit.
And that's what I'm saying in that aspect is like you could create a world, but also to hold weight into what you were saying, you're not there yet where you can manage that or know how you're going to do that. You know what I mean?
like for me, like I don't even have like I'm not saying I need to know everything, because I've left that. I know I'm not going to know everything, but I don't feel like I know. I don't feel like I know enough to put myself in a position to win right there. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, for me, it's like I want to put myself. If I have the ability, because you know sometimes shit just happens, right? You know, shit just happens. But
it's called negligence.
But if I can
Saturdays,
if I can put myself, if I have an opportunity to put myself in a situation to win based on the circumstances I'm about to walk into, then that's what I'm gonna do. Like I wouldn't work out in the gym in these clothes. I wouldn't play basketball in these clothes. So if I have an opportunity to wear the right clothes to go to the gym and play basketball, then I'm gonna wear those type of clothes. If I don't think it'd be smart to travel with $20 in my pocket across the country. If I have an opportunity to save up to $5,000, $10,000, I'm gonna do that, then travel. So it's more about like with a kid, I don't feel as though right now I would be putting myself in a situation to win by having a kid.
There's a lot of like, you know, generational factors too, because our stories are very different. You know, you grew up without a mother and father in your life. You don't currently have a mother and father in your life.
Yeah.
And me, you know, when right now, I don't know if my baby is with my girl or with my mom. You know, I have more support behind me as well. Mm-hmm. So it's like for you to accomplish the amount of goals that you have, it would be way harder for you when I have just a lot of support, and I'm very blessed with that.
And that's why I'm bringing that conversation up and bringing that duality and everything and all that, because it's not so much to me mindset. It's also the situation. You know what I mean? It's very situational into that to be comfortable and bring it in. Also, like how you said, like I'm making jokes when I say like, oh, it's negligence. Shit can just happen. You know what I mean? You could very mildly slip up, Aaron, you know. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying, you can very mildly 2 times, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, and bring life into this world. So that, I mean, because even if you're trying, it won't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's you know what I mean. So you just have to embrace it either or ways. And so I think it's very situational.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very situational. Every teach his own. And Grilla, like, what's up with you, bro? I'm surprised you ain't got no lady, bro. You got no what? Like,
Girl is chilling.
There's ladies, but it's like
Girl is chilling.
It's not like
He's
you
chilling.
like, bro, like Grilla, bro, like you over here just posting, like you gotta worry about the quiet ones. You know what I'm saying?
bro, I'm
like,
chilling.
Exactly. There it is. There it is.
like, bro, like,
He's chilling.
so you said you moved. So wait, where'd you move from? Florida?
I've been a lot of places. I was born in Florida.
to
Lived there for 10 years. To Connecticut.
Denver.
Out to Oklahoma first for 2 years, and then Denver, and then L.A. I live in L.A. right now.
What was more lit? Was it? Because how long were you in Florida? To what age?
10 years. 10 years. First 10 years of my life. I was in
Okay,
Florida.
so but you weren't getting lit there. You had probably some good memories.
You don't know, bro. No,
Yeah. Some good memories, but it was. I mean,
It was like before high school. Of course,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
still in elementary school.
Yeah,
so when I moved to Connecticut, and so yeah, no, I wasn't.
So
getting
I'm
too lit
guessing.
back
So I'm
then.
guessing some of your best nights you had so far in LA recently.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, ever since I moved here, it's been pretty cool. It's been chill though. You know.
Yeah.
It's been low key.
Damn, bro, you ain't giving me nothing, bro.
Hey, you're looking at a real studio rap.
Yeah,
This
you
dude,
really stay in the
he-
studio, but bro, there has to be one day, bro. I have because for inspiration, bro, you got to be like, hey, I want to know what's up with LA, bro. Give me some LA story, bro. I need one, bro.
There, honestly, bro, I moved out. I dropped about 10, 15 pounds as I moved out here. I've been working out. I've been making music, and that is literally the only 2 things I've been doing since I moved out to LA. And
Success.
I put my head down and I just worked so hard. Yeah. Just working on myself right now, honestly.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
No,
I
know
know it's not the fun answer. It's not blah, 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 blah. But,
No,
but that's
you
the
ain't-
truth.
That's
hey,
the best answer,
You
dude.
ain't got to lie and tell me to make it fly. All I'm saying is
Personality.
What I'm saying is, all right. So
lot of
even in those moments of working out,
Yeah.
and then creating music, there has to be a LA type story, bro. Of like you working and like so and so walked in, or not even so and so big name.
Give us a story.
It could just be like, oh, I was doing this, and then these people came in, or I was doing this, and then this person sent me this. You know what I mean, or whatever. Like from you moving,
Bro,
to
that sounds glamorous, but that's not how it goes now for
yeah,
producers.
bro,
it's all
yeah.
online, dog.
No,
Everybody
I
just
know-
like wants beats and
No, but I'm saying like nothing so something's beneficial. Let's just go like this. From you moving to LA, what was a beneficial experience that you've had?
To be honest, it hasn't happened the experience didn't happen in LA. It was when we met, and now I'm in California and able to just drive up to Gabe's place. Like you're looking at the thing that's
what
been
I'm-
special.
yeah,
right
Talk
now.
your shit.
So it's like
Talk your shit.
like where are we right now? You know what I'm saying? Like this is why it's been
and
special.
we met in Florida.
And we met in Florida. And yeah, they were saying how they met Caskey. I met Caskey. He's one of my brother's favorite artists, and he put me onto him. And shout out Jordan, by the way. And yeah, I messaged him, or before that, I tagged him on beats that I was posting on Instagram and shit, and he told me to send him some stuff. Didn't work out, but I ended up sending him something that I didn't realize that he wrote on. But I basically redid the beat, sent it to him, and said, hey, listen, like I redid this. I think it'd sound good on it. And he was thinking about that beat and just texted me within, 10 seconds, literally after I sent him the message. It was crazy. And he was like, it's a sign, send me this beat. And I was like, bet, you know what? I'm going to be in LA in a week too. We should link up and get in the studio. And long story short, that's how we made You Don't Really Love Me and Dickhead. The first 2 songs that we ever made together was on his album, Nobody. And
They're
it's
crazy.
crazy, bro.
Bro,
Shout out
I-
Angel Hill
Dude,
too.
Angel Hill crushed
Bro, monster,
that
bro.
shit.
Shout out Angel
Monster.
Hill.
And just
I'm
right
so
place,
jealous of him.
a lot of right place, right time, but also a lot of hard work that people don't see, you know?
So what made you move to LA then? If it doesn't matter,
I just felt, bro, I felt like it was the right place to be. And I've always listened to myself when it came to that. When I moved to Denver, it felt like the right move. And when I worked with a ton of artists out in Denver. And I think that we all kind of realized at some point that it's time for things to change. And if you actually are cognizant and listen to yourself, I think, a lot of cool things can happen from those decisions. And so I just felt like LA was the right move with the momentum that I had. And
do you still feel like that though? Like now that you're there and you know what it is, do you still feel like it's the place for you to be?
I think so. I think that there's a lot that you can do from anywhere, and I think that the place that you are in is only as good as you are as a person.
Yeah.
And so I really think that right now I do feel like the way things are going and so quickly, it's just the right place to be, and it has to be. And I'm going to make it the right place because I'm here. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. With you
like
moving
that.
with the right foot forward, I mean, you're making the right move no matter what.
I'm just listening to whatever's telling me to do something greater, and I just want to be the best producer. I want to make music that will last forever, and it's so important to me, and I'm going to do what I can to make that happen.
What is that drives you to do that? Like, I know it's such a stupid. Like,
yeah. I mean, whatever was in me at 3 years old that showed them that I was going to be a drummer. Like, it's something inside me. You can't really explain it, bro.
Open floor question.
Yeah.
What influenced you? Where are artists or people? Because I don't like to do it specifically to artists. You know what I mean? What is something that influenced you?
Yeah, I mean, well, I started with drummers, man. So like Neil Peart, Rush, Alex Van Halen, all the music that my dad listened to, and I mean, I could play through Exit Stage Left when I was like 10 years old on the drums. Like that was like my shit. And I've seen them in concert, and it just made me want to just explore the world of music, and I've always been drawn to it, and there's nothing that's going to separate me from it. Like absolutely nothing will keep me from making music ever.
Yeah. What about y'all? What are some major influences on you? Like, what made you want to?
I would say,
or like not even made you want to do it, but like what influences you to create? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like there's things that make you like, oh, I want to be great at this, but there's things that influence you, like how you make your music. You know what I'm saying?
I think, so for me, like you said, like it's no one that made me want to make music because it's always just been in me to make it. But like artists that I personally look up to and who, in my opinion, can do multiple things in art, like are just doing a whole bunch of different shit, would be like Caskey, Russ. Like my top 5 artists would be Caskey, Chris Brown, Russ, XXXTentacion, Tory Lanez.
Man,
bro, all artists that I would love to work with.
Yeah,
like
those
on
are
my to-do list,
top
bro.
5,
Like on my to-do list, bro.
Like musically,
X is crazy.
Those motherfuckers are insane. Absolutely. And like you cannot fuck with them to whatever degree personally, and that's whatever. I'm not here to argue or justify anything. But musically wise, like music wise, talent wise, there's not too many people fucking with them. Like there's not too many people.
What was that?
Most of them are independent too. Check that out.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I was just gonna say with X, I never, I didn't really know too much about his catalog, and I knew that he had gotten a bunch of hate. But when I heard that song, the "Ooh, I'm someone that's afraid to let go," I was like, "Oh, okay, he deserves it. Like he deserves a platform because that's fucking awesome." I mean, it sucks that he lives such a violent life, but musically, also very, very good. That's a good top 5, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I mean, I listen to a ton of UK music right now, and that's very inspiring because I love the UK drill shit. And Mahaji living out in London, like it's crazy that we met too. And and
you're good at making drill shit too.
Thank you, bro.
Buy drill beats from Grilla Beatz.
Let's go, bro.
Crazy.
Grilla Beatz.
Thank you.
Crazy.
And yeah, man. So
Beat Tape Arrival just came out too, right?
yeah, man. Arrival 2 just came out. It's just an
shit.
instrumental tape of 13 beats, and I've got a bunch of music out.
Fire.
But yeah, go check that out. It's on all platforms for sure. A little
Grilla,
plug there,
that's
but
Grilla Beatz with a Z, by the way.
Beats with a Z, yeah. Of course, thank you for that. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I looked it up.
But yeah, artists that I really want to work with. I would say it's similar to his list. To be quite honest with you, I'd throw Tory Lanez on there.
Yeah.
I'd throw Chris Brown on there. Russ, obviously Caskey. We all love working with Caskey, and he's a dope ass artist to be with in the studio, and watching him create is fucking insane,
Unmatched.
And yeah, man. There's a ton of artists, though. I could list them for days, bro.
2 people I got to bring up on the guys you guys brought up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said, wait, okay, I already know X, but that wasn't the thing. Okay, Tory Lanez. What's up with the Tory Lanez thing, bro? Just to be
Like why do I like him?
Well, not even saying like with Tory Lanez. I'm just saying like, dude, like he's in jail right now, isn't he?
Bro,
Like,
that's a crazy little story, man. But
That's
it's not my story to speak on.
I don't
but
know anything.
It looks
about,
crazy.
Yeah, but I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, like, let's not even take about like exactly what happened. You know what I mean? Let's just say like the incident or whatever. Like, let's just say the facts of what's going on of within the legal system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's in jail right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like crazy that we're even in that state of like, you know what I mean? Like, because to me, now, don't get me wrong, I don't know what's in their lives or what they're ever doing, but it just seems like they were just making a networking move just to meet up with each other, and then it evolved into something that's
Gotta be careful.
detrimental to, because even, I don't give a fuck that Meg won the case or whatever in that aspect. It's still not cool. You don't want to be in this situation.
Listen, when you're
you know what I mean?
really building success, you got to be especially careful. And when alcohol is involved heavily with anything, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position.
And Waka was just talking about this, talking about the Migos situation with Take, and like, once you're at a certain level, you just can't operate a certain way anymore.
It's like, why
Like,
the
you
fuck
have
are you
to-
there?
Exactly.
Like certain
That's
shit.
like
Like, why are
because
you
like
there right now?
I know that's on the outside looking in, right?
Yeah.
We're not in their shoes. We're not living their life.
course.
But at the same time, you would think in the back of your mind, you would think like, what the fuck am I doing?
And
bro?
sometimes, though, that sporadic, just behavior is what makes an artist so great. Just and sometimes like you can't, as a person, you just can't get away from that, and it's unfortunate, but it happens more times than we'd like to talk about. And like,
Bro, almost all of our greats. I mean, anybody you ever talk about, if you go the longer you go back, like it's just like what can we grasp from? You know what I mean? Like, what can we be inspired to and not be tainted?
that's why you
know
really
what I
just
mean?
got to focus on the music. Like, we're just speaking of like, hey, listen, we'd love to just make music with them. It's not really based on any life experience or anything. It's like, okay, if we were in the studio with Tory Lanez or Russ or anybody right now, like we would just make hits.
Yes,
and like, and that's all we're talking about, right?
No, definitely. And then the thing is, like, that's why, I mean, I do get clouded, I'm not going to lie, about external things from outside the music. It really it really messes me up. Like, especially, like, if I see a lot of your content from outside of music before I listen to your music, and I don't fuck with it, as much as I like the music, in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, bro, I don't fuck with you.
For,
you know what I
for
mean?
me, I think I look at it as like I've always, even before I decided to be an artist, I think I always looked at it as like from that standpoint, like even if it was subconscious, like, okay, this person makes amazing music, but I may not agree with their lifestyle, so I just won't follow their lifestyle. Like, I won't pay attention to it. It's like, when you drop a tape, let me know. When you're not
Business
doing
is
that,
business.
it's like, I don't really care about what you have. But then there are some artists where, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not gonna speak on everything, but like, especially because I don't know enough about, I'm not in these people's personal lives, but there are some artists that you love their music so much you can't help but be curious about who they are as a person. So that happens, but I'm never like, I don't know, I don't think I've ever been like super attached to, because they made this music they have to be this person. Like, I think I've gotten like I'll admit, if I were to meet any of those top 5 artists and they were just complete dickheads, that shit would throw me off. But it wouldn't throw me off to the point where I'm really emotional, because I'm not super attached to like this persona of them.
You could separate the artist from the art.
Yeah,
is
like
what
the
you're
person
saying.
from the music. It's like, bro, like, do you make dope music? Yeah, okay, cool. That's what I fuck
And
with.
speaking of dope fucking music, someone I got to saw live who was amazing, which you guys both love, Russ.
Dude, Russ is so good, bro.
Oh
insane.
my
And he
god,
makes his
bro.
own beats and writes
Bro.
everything. Like, it's really
Bro,
cool,
like,
man.
honestly, but the thing is, what I'm saying is, bro,
He commented on a video that I'm in, by the way.
God, whoa, flex, bro, Jesus.
Have you seen my shit?
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you seen my shit?
Yeah. But like, bro,
That's a
like
tag.
when I saw, so like the thing is, I'm not. Hopefully, I'm not giving too much away, bro. I went to a Russ show in Sacramento, right? And apparently he does this at a lot of shows, right? I think about like, let's say 3/5 to be close as accurate as possible. 3/5 in between his show, he
That's way too specific, homie.
Bro,
You can say just over half.
A little over half. He does a fake fire alarm. So me, as a person
shit.
who goes to shows and who's been to venues, once I heard the fire alarm, I knew exactly, like, bro, that's going from the speakers. That's not going from the auditorium. Like, that's not a regular fire alarm, right?
Yeah.
And he goes like, oh, damn, they want me to cancel the show. Oh damn, guys. Like, oh, man, see y'all guys. All right. And he leaves. But the thing is, what he also leaves visually is the DJ stays on the fucking stage.
Yeah.
So him and whoever or whatever leave, right? Yeah. And then it goes dark, right? I would say, again, 3/5 of the people leave the venue, right? 15 minutes later, Russ pops back out. I just wanted real motherfuckers to come closer to the stage, bro. My real fans to get this shit. Let's go, bro. Boom. And he starts fucking playing.
Cool.
And also me, I'm like, bro, you missed like 2-3 of your biggest songs. So like, I know, like, what the fuck? Yeah. And so.
Interesting.
That's an interesting way to play that.
So like, I just
cool though.
Well, like the thing is, the reason why also, like I said, I've been an avid goer of shows and stuff. Yeah. So people who fucked around like that, like Busta Rhymes,
and you like magic tricks.
Yeah. That's a racist Greek person.
What do you mean?
Racist Greek person.
I just meant you in particular. You like magic tricks. I know you do.
No, I was kidding, bro. I was just making it hard for you. But Busta Rhymes is a person who fucks with the crowd. Like, so, like, people will get hype in the song. Like, think about, like, some of his jams. Think of, like, all this shit, man, people want to jump, all this shit. He'll do the fucking verse, right? And right when it's going into the chorus, he just cuts that shit off. And he goes, nigga, I got hits. And people start getting mad.
Yeah.
People were like, bro, you're not on my favorite part of my verse. And then he goes, and before the people could get real mad, he plays his next hit. And people forget that other song, bro.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
And so, like, I'm just saying, I like when people do that shit when they fuck around with people. So I just wanted to make sure. So if you go to a Rush show and he cancels the show, like, stay. Stay.
It's like the end of a Marvel movie. Like, stay. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta watch the end credits.
You gotta watch the end credits. You have to, yeah.
So bringing it up, why is the song not coming out January 13th?
Shit, bro.
I got it. I'm sorry, guys.
He's like,
I just gotta give myself credit. I don't know what camera. Is this my camera? Is this my camera? And Aaron, is this? I just want everybody to see my joke. All right.
So now January 13th. It's not coming out yet because we're still waiting on the final mixing engineer to send it back to us, and we don't want to rush it. And now we're at the point where we have a lot of other things like planned and in the works, so we're gonna just hold it for a little bit, a couple months, and like drop it. It'll be a hit.
So what about the project you guys have now coming out? Is that that's coming out with that, or is that just a totally different separate thing?
Totally separate.
Well,
thing.
that's a Kasky track? Is what you're on, or is that just like a single?
It's actually a collab. It's a single though.
So so it's a single that you guys are both on.
Yes.
Like both owning or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not featuring.
It's not featuring.
It's Kasky and
Mahaji. Or vice versa. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's cool. So that's like more of like a promotional tool for both of you guys' projects, I guess. Because Kasky just released, right? Kasky just released the end of December, right?
Kasky drops all the damn time.
Well, I mean, but this was a different one, right? This was a more of a major
While you
one.
Wait for Jaws. That came out like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is also fucking crazy.
Well, but like artists like him, they're very, like even Russ, like there's like, hey, this is my fun project, and like, hey, yo, this is like an album. You know what I'm saying? The last one, it felt like this was like an album or a project, right?
This last one he put out, I mean, you'd have to speak to him about it personally, but
yeah, definitely.
He put it together in just a couple weeks, and so I think that was more of just a flex. Like he plugged in his microphone in his new house, he moved back to Florida, and he just fucking poured out some emotion that had been on his spirit for a while, and it came out quick for him, so.
Okay.
So for January 13th, we just want to wait a couple months. Get that shit situated and keep working on a couple things. And when it's time, after we probably have a certain level of momentum, we'll definitely drop that out.
People don't realize how much goes into dropping a project, or like any amount of variables that go into how a song comes out or when it comes out. Like, if you haven't experienced that before with either bigger artists or regular artists, it's just crazy what goes into actually.
What goes into a project? Like, what is it? You go into depth.
I mean, from the time of like selecting a beat to recording on the song, I mean, just imagine like you have a bigger artist, right? how many songs they make, how many beats they hear. If they're with a label, what are they controlling? You know what I mean? So with an independent artist, even the amount that goes into even the beat selection, like I said, making the song, and then the artist liking the song enough to even consider putting it on the album, to then from the distance of that to the album coming out, they make other music too, so they might want to put those on the album, or if they change the direction of the album, it doesn't fit. There's so many things that could happen, and then for your song to actually end up on the album and come out, it's like it's ridiculous.
Does that create like a specific type of personality that you approach music? Because like you have to know that like, hey, this might be scrapped.
You just have to let go.
Yeah, you can't be married to any of your ideas, because again, they're just ideas, and you have to be an instrument for other people. Especially in production. Like my job with Mahaji is not to create a song for him; it's to let him create a song through me. So
exactly.
That's kind of how that goes.
I mean, I'm not trying to make a joke, but that sounds like that's the sexiest way you could have put it, honestly.
Yeah.
No,
it's
I'm
a
not,
sexy
I'm not,
process.
But I'm
it
not,
really is.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but no, honestly, like that's super beautiful, and it's like the thing is the reason why I put it that way because, and again, it's making a joke, but also being real. It turns me on because, in a way, when you're able to work with people like that, you just see all the possibilities. You know what I mean? Of being comfortable, of being able to communicate. Because that's the thing. It doesn't matter how talented you are and how that person is. It also matters of how you guys mesh and communicate your ideas to each other. Because it's not going to work then. Like I've definitely been in a room with someone super popping, and I'm feeling good that day, writing some words, and then you're like, it's just not connecting because our processes are different or whatever. Where it's it's just
that's one of the variables I was talking about too. You could have the best beats ever or the best art, and you could just be a shitty person to work with. And if that's the case, you're not gonna get anywhere too. So you have to have the whole package. You have to be both.
Cream rises to the top.
It does.
Aaron, was that 4 minutes? Just about.
Start a new take here. Keep going.
Okay, yeah. So I want to actually focus on for the last part of this podcast, everybody. I don't know. Is this my camera? Is this my camera? Is this my? That's not my camera. So I want to. Well, I just want to focus on for the last part of this podcast on this project you guys have now. Do you guys have a title name or anything?
No, we don't.
So that's actually amazing because I think that's actually I'm not gonna because I don't want to criticize anybody because I mean sometimes I work backwards, but I think it's like it's better to like just create something and title it. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy about what we're doing right now? It's the most, in my opinion, the most purest form of collaborative art that you can make. Like we just met each other, and there was something that gravitated us all towards each other. Grilla came up with the idea and was like, dude, I think that we should all fucking produce this thing. And I was like, well, hey, I got a spot to make it happen. And even in that, I knew that he was coming from the UK, from London. I was like, how is that going to work? And when he said yes, he was down. That was the only preparation we had, was asking each other like, hey, you want to hang out? Thanks. And like, here we are. We're 3 days in. We're 3 songs in.
And that, we came up with that, like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. We just made the decision and we're pulling the trigger on it, and it's coming out beautifully because we don't have expectation for it. We're just making stuff.
Momentum.
Yeah, momentum.
I love his philosophy because it's somewhat of my philosophy of momentum because I guess it's not so much my philosophy just because I see him able to capitalize it on so much. And I'm like, damn, bro, because I live off momentum too. And when he said that, it resonated with me so much because I'm like, bro, like, people don't understand, like, I use, like, college football as a thing. You know what I mean? Like, momentum. Like, that's how you're able to beat the team you're not supposed to beat because of momentum.
He opened his house up to us, bro. It's, like, absolutely, I can't even thank him enough for that.
You don't need to thank me, bro. I'm thankful that you're here.
It's wild how all this worked out, and it was supposed to work out, and we made it happen. And we're just going to see what happens and create and have fun with it. And
I'm sure a name will come. Mahaji will come up with something clever.
Yeah, he'll say something that you all gravitate to and like like walk tours and shit. But like, what are you trying to do right here? Because like I said, like I liked your Gray project. I should have delved more. What was the project after the Gray project? There's one more after the Gray project.
Did Winter Cry?
Did we? Yeah. So
the
like,
one was snowing.
And that was and that was So snowing, nigga. All right, let's go into that. And then let's go a little bit into that. And then go into the fire. But like snowing, bro. How did you feel off snowing, bro? That's a good flex right there. Like if you guys want to know, this has, I would say, over 200, under a little less than 300,000 views on YouTube. Yeah,
what, snowing?
Yeah, snowing.
Nah, bro, that shit has like over like 15 mil just on YouTube, bro.
On YouTube?
Yeah,
bro. Or
bro.
just the actual audio?
Nah, so there's a music video that's like 300K, but then there's like an AMV that's like 12 million.
Oh, see, I didn't see that one.
Video that's like 200K.
Oh,
like
damn.
Version. Like,
you have a Spanish version, nigga?
Not me, like someone else just did it.
Mr. Beast, nigga?
They just did it, bro.
You know what I'm talking about?
So many fucking people just reposted that song to such a heavy level.
So, like, what did snowing do for you?
Changed my life, bro.
I was like, I didn't hear that. But
I was like, oh, I can quit my job. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can quit my
just
job.
So everybody knows, around a fucking, what'd you say, 15 million?
On YouTube, it's 20 million across all platforms.
If you could get 15 mil on YouTube, you can quit your job, bro.
Hey, no. I'm not telling you to do that.
I'm
shit.
telling you.
You know, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Snowing. I think. What did you ask? How did it come about? Or
no, not even how it came about, but like, how did that change your life? We don't have to go into that because
Yeah.
we're gonna go back to what now is. But I just want to go a little briefly of like
I
what
would
did
say
for you.
it started getting me like more recognition and more respect from some people.
But why though? Is it? Do you think it's sonically? Is it just because like
It's because it had weight. People were listening to it. It picked up momentum. So
you think it was just right time?
Numbers
right
don't
place?
lie, bro.
yeah.
Right time, right place. Did you promote it the right way?
See, the thing is like Snowing has like I think I promoted it the right way too, and it just caught fire because I didn't really do much for that record. Because it's not that I didn't believe in it, but I didn't know that was gonna be the one. So I just, I was throwing a couple things at the wall, and that's the one that stuck. And I think I promoted it a little bit the right way. I didn't go stupid budget wise at all. Like I think as a whole, like I put like $350-$400 in the Snowing, and it's made me back like that times like 100-fold, so it ended up becoming a staple. I have Snowing tattooed on the left side of my face now, so
Word, eh?
yeah, like right here, bro.
Oh, damn, yeah, okay.
That's a good song. Pause now and go listen to Snowing by Mahaji.
Yeah,
It's a great song.
Yeah, Snowing is dope. But so going into this project now, so what do you think this project's gonna do for you? Or because I don't want to put words I don't want to fuck up. Be you putting it out there because you never know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in this moment in time, this time capsule, when we look back in a year, what's some words that would be oh shit, what you're thinking right now?
I would say I want it to be one of those albums that's undeniably someone you've never heard before. Like someone who, if you want to hear this, you have to come hear it from me. You can't go to another artist or 100 different artists and hear this style, this sound, this flow, this cadence, So for me, I think it's just me. It's me pushing the limit, and also all of my fans, right? Shout out the Diamonds, the Diamond Cut family. These guys have stayed by me through everything. So for me, I really want to give back to them. I think they deserve it. They deserve a full-blown album and something that I think that would do a lot for them, genuinely, I think it's doing something for me, the people around me, the fans, the new fans, and of course, I'm definitely going to grow from this album, outside of just mentally, spiritually. I mean, me as an artist, my career will grow from this album, so that's what I want the outcome to be.
What are you specifically providing for the album, Collture?
Literally what we're doing right now, this podcast, is the third part of achieving my dreams, right? Because I said a year ago, it was about a year and a half ago when I got this house and I ordered that damn console. I said within a year I'll be producing for a major artist. somebody will be flying to my home to record an album, and I'm going to be running podcasts out of this house. A year later, I'm making tracks with Kasky. He came from London. He drove up from LA to stay here and make an album, and I'm doing a podcast with you. So this is the fulfillment of the dream that I had for this house.
Hey, let's get some.
Yeah, bro. For real.
That's what I was trying to say earlier, bro. Like, I have some ideas, I capitalize on some, and we did. That's how I met people like Aaron and stuff. But with him, the way he's able to manifest it is just so remarkable to me. Just to hear your story and just see how you're able to put yourself out there right now.
I try to be a servant, bro. That's the other thing is I'm not making a ton of money. It's not like there's money involved with what I'm doing.
Opportunity.
But I just see something in it that's more special than that, and I just try to be a servant for the people around me as much as possible, and look what it's doing for me. It's bringing success because I just lead with love, and I just want to make sure that, again, I'm an instrument for him. I'm a resource for him. I'm a light in your life. I can help out Clay. I can make Aaron feel successful. I want to be that connecting tissue that makes everybody feel good when they're around me. And if I can do that successfully, the music will take care of itself.
Oh, for sure. And before I want to go into that a little bit later, but go into where you provided besides drums. Where are you?
Man, I mean,
'Cause I know you're doing a lot too.
I have a wide breadth of music that I listen to, and I feel like I bring a really unique perspective other than just like a hip hop trap UK drill
Textures too.
Like thank you. I appreciate that.
No, Grilla's tight.
I want to make cinematic sounds, movies. Like, I want to tell a story with my music. It's not just about a kick and snare. It's about the birds, the rain. It's about nature sounds, connecting with it on a spiritual level, on just on a level deeper than just surface level sounds that everybody else uses. I want to make something come to life.
You have a lot of passion in your beats, bro. And even like, it's crazy. It really comes through. I don't know if it's because you're so good at the drill beats, but I hear a lot of your passion in your kick drum. Like,
yeah, man, it's got a punch.
Every once in a while, that kick drum will just smack you in the face over and over again when you didn't expect it to, and you needed it. Like, he is so intuitive with his beat making, and it's not just drums. It extends to the textures and to the vibe of the whole track. That's why he's not a beat maker. He's a producer. That's the difference.
Yeah,
Thank you, bro.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, just hearing your project Arrival, I mean, I was, cause like, bro, like, just to break the fourth wall and everything, like, bro, like, Collture brought you up, you know what I mean? So I did my own little delve in into it, and I enjoy your type of sound and music. So like, knowing that not only you were here to do shit, but also you're gonna be on this project, I was like, oh, yo, shit, I wish I would have delved in more, you know?
Hell yeah,
what I mean?
man.
'Cause I'm like, I love producers, I love, you know what I mean? I love.
Hey, you
your
got
type of
time?
people.
Go listen to that shit, man. Tell me what's your favorite. Give me feedback. I'm always down.
The way I could really, what's the word? It starts with an R.
Resonate.
Resonate or. Yeah, resonate. I guess. Yeah, I like the first the 2 and 3, Namek and Vegeta or Frieza.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but there's also, I think it's the names fucked me.
That's
You
funny,
fucked
bro.
me with the
Yeah.
names because I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan.
Shout
I'm
out
like
Dragon Ball Z.
I'm like, yo, this resonates as fuck ton with me right now. I can see Frieza doing
Hey,
this shit.
I did that on purpose, bro.
Yeah,
but yeah, yeah, that's
You
crazy.
fucked me.
I'm
You
glad
fucked
you
me.
noticed that, man.
Yeah, no, you fucked me on that one. But so as far as this project, you guys are 3 songs in. How you guys have a number for this? You guys are just going because I know you guys
More like four, 3, 4.
We are kind of
We are 4 chronicles.
Is it 4? I
You
said
guys got
3.
like 5 more days together, 4 more days,
Yeah.
5, yeah, 5,
4,
6
5,
days, yeah,
4, 5. Yeah.
something.
and
like
then
that.
just so whatever you guys have, you guys are gonna go from there.
Pretty much.
Yep.
We're just going to see what happens with it, yeah.
That's amazing, bro. Just to like go off that faith, you know what I mean? Like the thing is, like what I'm trying to say is like as far as you guys' talent, because the thing is what gets neglected, and just to bring up into podcasts. Is that my camera? Where's my? That one is my. That's my camera. This what? Which one? But this I have this camera.
Bruh.
That was it. So what I'm trying to say to everybody is that what gets neglected and over the conversation is what people like neglect in the conversation is that people don't talk about the hard work. You've been doing this shit since 3 years old doing drums. Right?
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I mean? You mean 20 years old. This is time. Like people don't say. after you put your time in, this is the type of conversations, these are the type of things you could think about and do. You're talking about the environment. You're talking about,
and we're just getting going,
and
dude.
just get, and that's what I like to do these podcasts with, because almost literally, like very few times, bro, I've done 120 whatever podcasts. Literally, there's been like a handful of people where they're like, oh, I did it in a few months, and I'm like, oh, you're making some cool shit. Literally, everybody else is like, nigga, I've been doing this for 10 years at least. 10 years plus. So I'm just letting everybody know, bro, no matter what you're doing, whether it's music, whether it's with art, whatever it is, bro, you have to start with the work first. Aaron, how long you been doing photography, bro?
14 years.
Come on. And you know what I mean? And now you're getting you're benefiting from the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like doing podcasts like this, to let people know, like, this is what the positions and spots you could be, but you gotta put your 10 years in. You gotta put your 10,000 hours in, whatever that is.
You just gotta love it either way. You
And
know,
you
you just gotta love it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's where I just love. That's why I love doing this, and that's why I love. And now I'm even in the environment and the place that's literally creating a project. You know what I mean? Off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what you guys. That's how it's supposed to be done. You have to, like how you said, you let go of some of you let go of some of these songs and just your ideals, and don't attach to them and stuff. Like, hey, you're a vessel for this person.
And it's trust. In that way, it's trust too, because after I make something, I trust these two that they're gonna enhance it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but that also goes through your trials and tribulations,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean, of people you know who to fuck with and not to fuck
Exactly.
with, and know who to give the hands of. I'm sure you guys have the similars. Hey,
Yeah.
give me a story. Don't give me. I want to give you. Give me a story of a fucked up. But you already gave.
I mean, there's fucked up, bro. There's fucked up stories, bro. We all probably have them. And
Yeah, but they don't apply to the situation. Here's the thing: it's just like,
I'm just saying, a situation you learn from. You don't have to go into specifics of it.
I've learned. I've
But
had.
you can talk to the aftermath of it.
Yeah.
Of what it made you do.
I mean, man, everything from investments going south, or just groups of people that you've built so much with that end up being envious or jealous or whatever. On this journey, there's just so many little minute details that can throw you off your path, and they're supposed to try. That's the thing, is like, if this shit was easy, everybody would do it, you know? So there's a bunch of distractions, a bunch of things that are trying to throw you off your path, but we're three individuals that will never be shaken and will never deviate from our paths, and that's why we gravitated towards each other.
100%.
You know, that's just all that it is. Trust.
Nigga, trust is a project that I'm just saying, like, goddamn, bro, like that. I just love this, like, what you guys are doing. I'm looking so forward to this
Thanks,
project.
Thank you so much.
Is there any like closing thing you guys want to leave?
Mahaji,
with it?
take us
I always do this with a podcast. Like, if you want to promote, if you just want to say something to motivate a fan, or if you just whatever you want to leave with words to. I think that where we're at, that's good. Yeah. So I think So go ahead, just some words that you would like to leave the people, or even leave yourself, because that's what I always try to remind people on the guests. Usually I do it before. Is just, bro, remember, like, in a year, you're going to watch this back. I don't give a fuck who you are, bro. You're going to watch this back and be like, damn, who the fuck was I a year ago, bro? I promise you. I've done that many a times, bro, and I know other people have done it too. So, like, I'm just saying, what's some words that you would give other people or yourself in the future?
I guess, first and foremost, I just want to thank all my fans, all the diamonds, for sticking with me. Because, like, I'll definitely say, like, snowing blew before I think I knew exactly what to do at that time as an artist. So my fans were rocking with me, like, as I went through my process. Whereas, like, you know, some people have a label behind them who are already, like, veterans in what to do, or maybe this artist blew after learning what to do, or, you know, so it was rough because I felt like, okay, I need to be moving this way now because I have this, or this needs to happen because I have this, and I didn't know what the fuck to do. I'm like, shit, yeah, I'm doing well now with this music shit, or like something's happening, you know, something's going on, clearly. And, you know, through all my, like, mistakes and all my, like, you know, not so pleasant moments, they've rocked with me. My fans DM me, like, paragraphs on paragraphs, and I always want you guys to know that I appreciate all the messages. If I don't get right back to you, doesn't mean that I don't care. it helps me so much. There have been times when I'm depressed as fuck, anxiety ridden, going through like mad shit, and I'll literally just go through my DMs and be like, you know what, like let me see if someone wrote me today, and someone would. So I open it and like it means a lot. Like I think sometimes people think that like, oh, my message doesn't mean anything, but it does. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to them. I want to say thank you to anyone who's ever even given me a try. Whether you didn't like the music or not, something happened to where you said, you know what, I'm going to lend you my ears for this amount of time. Whether you liked it or didn't like it, I appreciate the opportunity. So that means a lot to me. And then I would say, lastly, this project is a reflection of my growth over time, and I want people to know that this is something special. So I would love for people to come into this who with an open mind, whether you've heard music from me before, whether you've never heard music from me. I would love for you to come into this with an open mind, because it's not anything like I've made before in the past, for sure. So, you know, yeah.
Yeah, whoever, I think that was great. I think that was beautiful.
He said everything.
Yeah, which one of y'all? I want every one of y'all.
Mahaji, 2023.
Let's go.
Superstar shit. He's coming. That's all that matters right now.
Yo.
Nope. That's all that matters right now.
Let's leave it right there.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Mahaji,
yeah.
2023.
Hey.
Big shit.
And so
y'all.
on that note,
Let's go. Great, brother. Thanks, man. Thank you, bro. That was awesome.